Hey guys, what's going on? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our Columbus Blue Jackets GM mode, and we are going to be doing our good old trading session here right before the preseason. So, last episode we kind of did our, we simulated all the way past free agency, and we got our players the jumps that they needed. And now we have to finally make the decisions in the trades about who stays, who goes, what we need on this team. So, like I said last time for you guys, the one thing that we are missing on this team is that first line left wing position. So we need a first line sniper on this team. Jordan Eberle is just not going to cut it there, so we know we're going to go after a first-line sniper, and a couple of you guys were agreeing with me on the fact that we should go after a first-line veteran sniper. Now, I'm not entirely fond of trading the younger players for the veteran players because I know that's something you never kind of want to do, but in this situation, I think it'll work out for the team. Going with a first-line veteran sniper with only like 1 year left on his deal, that way he's out of here next year. He could retire, one of those two, and then that way the younger players that are coming up in our system can be brought up to play that position. So we know we're going to go. My bad, my controller's a little wacky, but that we know that's position. Second line, we're going to go with Ryan Johansson, Cody Hodgson, and Danny Crystal on the second line. That is definitely staying there. Third line, I think we're going to go with Dana Terrell, Evgeny Kuznetsov, and Cam Atkinson on the third line. Now, I think, let me just make sure here. Calvert still has the gold stars. I just want to compare Matt Calvert and Cam Atkinson. So 7.657. Okay, 7.657. Okay, Cam Atkinson definitely has the better shot. Puck moving skills. Cam Atkinson's definitely better. Senses and defense. Senses and defense, Cam Atkinson is better. Okay, so by far, Cam Atkinson is the better sniper between him and Matt Calvert. So with that being said, Matt Calvert is definitely could be some trading bait for another team. So I'm liking how I'm doing this. Whoops, I didn't want to scratch you. I didn't want to put Tim Erickson in his place. I wanted to, well, Calvert scratched anyway, so. I'll just scratch Tim Erickson. That way I know what I have here, and then Erickson goes in here. Because we know we're making kind of like our little plan out here of what we want to make for the team. So there's that. With that open spot, that means Anisimov can come back in here, and then he could play somewhere. He could play fourth line. You can move Dubinsky down to the fourth line. That could be an option, or you could trade. Or if we so choose, we could trade Brandon Dubinsky and maybe get another better fourth liner. See if there's anything better in free agency because Dubs still has some trade value to him, and we could maybe get some more prospects. Anything of that ilk. But the first line snipe winger position is definitely the one thing we need to do. Calvin DeHaan is going to get his ass out of here as quickly as possible. Hopefully we can trade him. And then that spot will be either filled up by Seeloff or Savard, whatever one I want to make. And then goaltending, we'll have that figured out. So we know the plan in action here. Best lines, yeah, we know. So let's go into our trading block and let's see who is actually out there who can fit that position. So let's go for this. We're going to look for a first line forward. Since we're looking for age, I really don't think it matters like for individual stats wise. So for age, I'm going to go for, let's bump this all the way up to like 50. Let's bump it up to, let's search 33. We'll start at age 33. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, so we got some interesting names on here. Some nice trade values holding on to that too, but I definitely want to look at salary caps. All right, so let's start at the bottom. So Jason Pominville is a playmaker. Don't think that'll work out. Marian Gaborik, 2 years left. Don't think that'll work out, even though I think Marian Gaborik is a solid player. He is a sniper. 3 stars, though. I'm not fond of that. He could probably continue to drop off from year to year. Daniel Sedin. Now, there's an interesting name. We know we've already got one Sedin. Ooh, he's got 2.5 stars. Yeah. I would have thought to maybe, reunite the Sedin sisters, but, with that, I don't like that 2-star. Nah, and plus 2 years left at 7 mil. I don't like that. We have Henrik on a much cheaper contract than that, so I'm not fond of that. Patrick Marleau. Now, there's an interesting name. 6 years, 6 mil, 1 year left. Patty Marleau's got upper 80s for his shot. and you know, has been putting up near 60 points for the past couple of years. He is still a first liner. He's got 4 stars still. He's got good puck moving skills. He's pretty fast still. Defensively, he's pretty solid. Okay, Patrick Marleau might be one of the names up there. Dodsuki's a center. Thornton's a center. But these guys are playmakers. Koivu's got 2 years left. Sedin, he's on ours. Spezza, way too long. Sharp is a two-way forward. He's been putting up 60 points, but I think we still go over after the sniper. Then Zetterberg's another playmaker, but that trade value is just way too much to go for. So you know what? Patrick Marleau. I think I like Patrick Marleau here. It says shooting is fairly solid. He's fast. He's got good puck moving skills. He's got a really good census category. Yeah, you know what? I think that's our guy. I think Patrick Marleau is the perfect player for this team. Now, the San Jose Sharks don't want to give him up, but I think we can sway the deal a little bit. So we're going to need to make some cap room, no doubt. So let's see what we can give back to the San Jose Sharks in return. Now, sending over Jordan Eberle would definitely free up the cap, but let's see if there's something else here that we can, what we can do here. So we'll start in the back. Goaltenders, keeping Bobrovsky, keeping Dansk, keeping Billy, keeping Ortio. Okay, so we're goaltender, we're fine. All right, so Jesus Christ, look at Calvin DeHaan's trade value. Good Lord, it's literally like shit, piss poor. All right, so we'll throw him in there. Why not? Because we need to get rid of him somehow. Any other defense that we want to get rid of? Savard and Seeloff. We could make the decision here for Savard and Seeloff. Let me just hold off on Calvin DeHaan first. Right wingers. Well, Jordan Eberle put it through right away. You know what? That's actually pretty close. That's actually really close trade value-wise. Middle of the E. And where's Ebbs is at? Whoops. I want to get him to the top. Come on, Ebbs. Middle of the E. Yeah, so it's fairly equal trade value there between Jordan Eberle and Patrick Marleau. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with this. Because really, Jordan Eberle just didn't, like, what did we eventually get for Jordan Eberle? We made the trade with Evander Kane to start off the thing. I think it was Nathan Horton for Evander Kane. And then we traded Kane for Eberle, and he didn't really work out. I think we were just basically getting a player that didn't really work out or fit the team's needs. So I think the Columbus Blue Jackets fans are urging for a Stanley Cup. And if it means giving away a second liner for a veteran first liner, rental first liner, I think honestly they'd be okay with that, because I don't know if the fans were too fond of Jordan Eberle in the beginning, and he really hasn't put up the points, even though we were playing him in some weird positions. I mean, only 48 points. He's been progressively getting worse. Still has the 4.5 gold stars, no doubt. He could definitely probably light it up for San Jose, but you know, I think that it might be time to let off Jordan Eberle go. So we'll put Jordan Eberle on the table. We need to get rid of him anyway for the cap. So let's see if, you know what, the San Jose Sharks could definitely do us a favor by taking Calvin DeHaan off our hands. So, like I said, his trade value is literally nothing. They would be under the cap, though. We might be able to just trade Calvin DeHaan to someplace else, and for a team that actually could use him. So let's see, is there anything else we want, maybe just to sweeten this deal a little bit? We could throw in a defensive prospect or a forward prospect. I think we're pretty good in forward prospects, though. Dubes, they want Dubes. Let's see, is there anything San Jose has really special that we can maybe take back? Hurdle, use 83, 22. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's see what they got. So Hurdle, Nick Cousins. Yes, they have Nick Cousins, center playmaker. Looks like he came over here from Philadelphia. Huh? Or forward prospect. I don't need forward prospects. I need defensive prospects. Marco Mueller, 2165. I know he probably doesn't get that good in the game. Nieto, Rafael Mayo. Way too far away from getting better. Tierney. Christopher Tierney. It's 2271. Tierney, maybe. Really, the Sharks don't have anything really good I want to pick up. Maybe another. We don't need goalie prospects. That's what I'm saying. me see. Malak, Mueller, Mayo, Bathgate. Who's this Bathgate guy? Bradley Bathgate, an enforcer. You know what? Nah, I'm fine with that. Let's just see if there's something else we can sweeten this deal with. Just something really low. I think we could throw in a prospect of some sorts here. One of our older prospects, Glaubluff. Yeah, they could take Glaubluff. And let's see. What else? We could give them Janmark. Was Janmark our draft pick or... no, he was the free agent signing. 62 overall sniper, 3.5 red stars. Yeah, he's kind of the weaker end of all the forward prospects coming up soon, so we could give them Janmark as well, and I think that'll go through. And just draft pick wise, we don't even have a pick for this year, so we'll give them a 7th and a 6th. So let's see if this will go through. So Jordan Eberle, Cody Glaubluff, and a bunch of other stuff for the veteran first-line forward that the Columbus Blue Jackets have been looking for just this 1 year, and then I think we should be fine next year. So Eberle for Marlowe. San Jose will have literally just a little bit of cap, but I think we can make it through. Will this go through? No, it's too far off, really. Okay, so they don't want to go out Marlowe, it seems. So it looks like we're going to have to give something back here, a little bit of value. But what could we give back? Let's see. What could we give back? It needs to be something worth a little bit of trade value because they're definitely hung on that. Let's see. I think it needs to be a roster player. If DeHaan didn't have that big a salary dip, I think it would be better. So we need to give up somebody here with a little bit of trade value. I think it needs to be either Savard or Seeloff. So, yeah, we need to make that decision right now. Seeloff or Savard, who's it going to be? Do we want to run with a lot of offensive defensemen this year, or do we want to continue to maybe make it defensively? Seeloff isn't bad. Hold on, that's Calvert. Calvert? We can maybe throw Calvert in here. They don't want Calvert. I can give them Calvert. They take off Glaubluff and put in Calvert. I would be fine with that. Where's Matt Calvert at? Calvert. There you are. Yeah, salary's going to be a little bit of issue here, but I could probably take somebody back. Let's see. Roster player. Could it be a minor league guy? No, it needs to be a roster player. We could get Skilly back. Skilly or Torres? We'll be fine. We'll just grab Skilly back. So I'm fine with giving up Calvert because I'm not going to use Calvert, and I'd rather not have a sniper on the 4th line because it's defensive category. Well, his defense is actually not that bad, but we can give the Sharks some firepower on their team. Why not? I don't like giving up some snipers here, but you know what? I think it needs to be done here. So Jordan Eberle, and it frees up more cap space for me. And San Jose is just has barely enough money to take this. So here we go. Jordan Eberle and Matt Calvert for Patrick Marleau. Will this go through? No, it's still quite far off. Really? Really? Huh. Maybe... Sharks are very stingy here. I take off Janmark, I guess. Well, they want Janmark, right? Let me go to players matching the block. Let's see. Who can we give them? I'm not giving them Reichel. I think it has to be that defenseman, too. I have to package up a lot here for this player. But you know what? We're getting rid of the players that I need to. San Jose is driving a hard bargain here. But we're going to have to add another player else instead of Skilly. So, Janmark, you're going to come off. Who's going to be? It's going to be Savard or Seeloff. Let's see. Patrick Seeloff. He's got a good defensive category. He takes a lot of penalty minutes. He's a good physical guy. Shooting. How much did he have last year? 9 points with a +10. 3.5 gold stars. Some of you guys are saying, too, that Savard does get a nice jump after this year if I play him the right way. But you know what? I need as much goal scoring as I can on this team. He doesn't take penalties. Yeah, let's do seal off here. It's a lot. It's a lot that we're giving up for Patrick Marleau, but no, I'm still surprised that the Sharks can take this. But these are two things that the Sharks want. They're driving a hard bargain, and they're getting a lot back from Marleau. They're getting a second line sniper, they're getting a third line scorer, and a top 6 defenseman for Patrick Marleau. They're getting a lot back for him, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do, and I think I'll move these draft picks up a little bit as well. Instead, I'll just give them my third because they're not going to mean anything right now. I'll give them my third and my fourth. So there we go. All right, so let's try this. Jordan Eberle, Matt Calvert, Patrick Seeloff for Patrick Marleau. Will this go through? Yes, it did. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in San Jose. Yeah, I bet it will, so we're accepting your trade offer. Okay, so San Jose drove a very, very hard bargain, but we did get the player that we need, the good rental player that will help us win the cup this year. All right, so let's do our roster moves right now for really quick. So we'll swap Dansk and Ortio. All right, Dansk is still considered a backup too, which is nice. All right, so defenseman. All right, so Murray, Johnson, Honk at the Kaiser. Eriksson, DeHaan. We're going to call up David Savard. Honk, DeHaan, you're next to get traded. Everything else I think is good. Left wingers. Carroll is a fourth liner. Okay, he is considered a fourth liner now. Okay. Interesting. So I probably can play him. Could probably play him instead of Trop. Jenner, yep. They're all considered still, and yeah, we're good. Okay. Okay. So next up, let me just do best lines, and we'll continue the trades here. Next up is get Calvin DeHaan out of here, so we can continue to have some salary cap room. Any team that wants him, a lot of teams do want him. Let's send him to the West. Yeah, Anaheim, you guys have salary too to take it. Why not? We're not going to get anything back for him. Let me see if there's just going to be a really low prospect we can maybe get back for him. Like a 3.5 Red Star or something like that. We could get Freiburg. Freiburg was that one guy we were looking for in the free agency. Blacker, Heffernan, or Carlson. Which one? Freiburg wouldn't be the bad one to grab. Okay, let's just keep looking for prospect-wise this year. Calgary, they have some cap room. Calgary has cap room. They also have a lot of good prospects. Colburn, Lazar, Reinhardt, Ferland, and Granlund. Granlund wouldn't be bad. Marcus Granlund for DeHaan. DeHaan does have a little bit of the salary, the trade value over him. So, you know what? I think this could go through. So, Calvin DeHaan, with his $3 million salary, getting out of here, out of Columbus, for, you know what? Center? Do I need another center? Let me see. What's my center pool looking like? McDavid, Hodgson, Johansson, Terrell. I'd rather want a winger. I would rather take a winger than Granlund. Let me see. Chicago can't take it. Dallas has a shit ton of cap. Holy crap. They have a ton. I would want some wingers, like I said. Wingers. McKenzie. Who's this McKenzie guy? 77, 25 years old. Curtis McKenzie, two-way forward. Yeah, he can maybe help out the fourth line next year. Who knows? He could get maybe a little bit of a bump. Let's see if this will go through. So, Calvin DeHaan for Curtis McKenzie? No. On behalf of Dallas, but I have to give you credit for a good job on a proposal that would otherwise take on. Yeah, I think a lot of players and teams are not going to take on the salary of Calvin DeHaan. That's the problem. Dallas is jealous, greedy as fuck. They have 17 mil worth of cap space, but they're not willing to take on Calvin DeHaan. I don't even know if Anaheim would take that with Freiburg either. Let me see. Would they even take that? No. I don't think a lot of people are not going to take on DeHaan's salary. So you know what? Could I retain some cap? How many years does DeHaan have left? Oh, we just signed him too for like 3 years, didn't we? Fucking hell. We signed him for 2. You know what? He's 25 years old. You know what? Fuck it. If we can't get anything back for him, because I don't think teams are going to give us anything back for Calvin DeHaan. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to roster moves. And I think if we send him down to the minors, I think he'll get put on waivers. So that'll be good. Send to the minors. No, he does get put on. He doesn't get put on waivers. So you know what? Whatever. It doesn't hurt us whatsoever. He can play down there. He's a depth defenseman. He might get better again next year. Who knows? But send him down there. We don't have to worry about him. We'll play him, but still. Okay, so is there anything else what we need to do? Carroll's still considered a fourth liner, so I think I might want to play him this year instead of Corey Trop. We'll put Corey Trop on the bench and we'll play him instead. But other than that, I think we're good. Let me just check your forward. So Kane, Sedin, Marlowe, Hodgson, Christo, Johansson, Kuznetsov, Terrell, Atkinson, Anisimov, Skilly, Anisimov, or Dubes. Do we want to trade Dubes? Dubes might be pretty useless on this team. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to play Dubinsky on the fourth line. Yeah, as much as I hate it, Dubes is now probably considered a fourth liner now. So, for my team at least, I'm gonna put him on the fourth line. All right, so I think that's it. I think that's all that we need to get done here. Let's go to coaching options. Let's add all our lines up, and let's get rolling here. So, Sedin, Marlowe, Kane, Hodgson. Johansson, Hodgson, Christo, Terrell, Kuznetsov, Atkinson, Dubes. You can play center. Anisimov. Well, we'll let Anisimov play center. He's a natural singer. And then instead of Corey Trop, I'm going to scratch Corey Trop. And I'm going to go to roster moves. And we're going to bring up Austin Carroll to the team. Okay, and Carroll, you're going to play down there. Well, not Trop. Come on. Come on, game. And Austin Carroll. There we go. Okay, so there's our team. We got an 84 playing down there in the fourth line. Like I said, I'm not fond of that, but whatever. It'll have to do. So here we go. So that's what our line's going to be. Defensively, I guess that's what we're going to roll with. We're going to roll with Ryan Murray, Jack Johnson, Dane DeKeyser, Julius Honka, Tim Erickson, and David Savard. So we're going to run with Savard. And we're going to see how that works out instead of Seeloff. So power play now. They want Sedin, Marlowe, and Patrick Kane with Julius Honka and Ryan Murray. And then they want Hodgson, Johansson, and Christo. I think that's just our regular first lines. I guess so. Instead of, let me see, Kane, Sedin, Marlowe. I'm fine with that. Instead of Johansson, I'm going to put Cam Atkinson on the, let me see. How's Johansson's shot? Yeah, Atkinson's much better. We'll put Atkinson down here. Put Atkinson right there. Let Hodgson have two more snipers there. Why not? If it doesn't work out, we can always switch it back. Kane, Sedin, Kane, and then Hodgson and Marlowe. All right, where's Hodgson at? There he is. Hodgson and Marlowe. Honka, Murray, Savard, Johnson. Fine with that. Penalty kill. So Dan Terrell and Brandon Dubinsky. At least Dubinsky's still getting top line penalty kill time. And then Sedin. They want Sedin and Cody Hodgson. Interesting. Who are my other centers? Who are my centers? Anisimov. I think Anisimov can kill some penalties instead of Sedin. Let me see. What's Artem got? Yeah, we can let Artem kill some penalties. We don't need Sedin on there. Can let Anisimov. And Hodgson's defensive category is pretty good. But is there anybody else that we can put down there? We can maybe put Austin Carroll. Hey, you know what? Why not? He's got a decent defensive category. He's actually real good defensively. He's got a hard shot. He might be able to get something going there. Why not? Let's give the kid a shot. Like I said, if it doesn't work out, then we could always switch him back. So we can let Carroll there. But I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to put Terrell and Carroll, and then Anisimov and Dubinsky. Put a good player on each of their lines. 3-man penalty kill, Terrell and Anisimov. 4-on-4s. Yep, that's fine with me. Johansson, Christo. Yep, unless Hodgson's somewhere. Yeah, he's right there. That's fine. And then extra attacker, I'm going to put Ryan Murray and Ryan Johansson. Then goaltenders, Bobrovsky and Dansk. And then Kane, Hodgson, Christo, Atkinson, Sedin. Yep, I'm fine with that. Cool, there's our lineup there. And for Springfield, let's just do best lines here. So they want Reichel, Jenner, and Goodobin, Tambellini, Barbashev, Skilly. I'll probably scratch Skilly for somebody else. They want Bjorkstrand, Boyce, Janmark, Judry, Alahardy. Let's see who's scratched forward-wise. Centers, left wings, right wings, defensemen. Okay, there's definitely some defensemen scratch. Oh, McCowan can play now. That's good. And Martin can play. Well, Martin's been playing, so we need to make some room for a defenseman here. But all of our forwards are playing. So Reichel, Jenner, Goodobin, Tambellini, Barbashev, and Bjorkstrand. I'm going to move him up. Sakaris, Boyce, Skilly, and then Janmark, Jutri, and Alahardy. Defensively, Prout, Schuster, Dahan, Glaubuff, Weatherspoon, and Ellis. All right, so we can scratch Cody Glaubuff. We can play one of our other defensemen here. Urban, no. It's Bryson Martin, Jansen, or McCowan. I think I want to play McCowan. Yeah, I'm going to scratch Glaubuff. McCowan can play. And they're in the top 6. And I think that's it. Unless, well, Martin's almost there, isn't he? He's like 70 overall. Yeah, he's 70 overall. And how old's he? He is 20. Okay, so I might want to play him. We can scratch... Who's playing? Prout. Do I want to scratch Prout? Do I want to scratch Weatherspoon? We have a lot of defensive defensemen. One of these defensive defensemen needs to be needs to sit. Yeah, you know what? We'll scratch Prout. We'll move Dahan up to the first. We'll scratch Prout and we'll play Bryson Martin. We'll let Jansen sit on the bench, and then we'll move Weatherspoon up. Okay. Power play. I'm just gonna leave those the way they are. Tambellini, Barbashev, and instead of Skilly, I'm gonna put Bjorkstrand there. Dahan, Schuster, Ellis, and who's my offensive D man? McCowan. Penalty kill. I need my defenseman, so it's Schuster, Weatherspoon, Dahan. Schuster, Weatherspoon, Dahan. Schuster, Weatherspoon, Dahan. Schuster, Weatherspoon, Dahan. And I guess Martin. Yeah, Bryson Martin. And then Martin. 4-on-4s. Whoops. Schuster, Dahan. And then Weatherspoon and Martin. And then Ellis and McCowan. Okay, extra attacker, Kirby Reichel. And let's give it to Bjorkstrand. Goaltenders, Ortio, Clemente. Shootouts, fine the way they are. And there we go. Okay, so that's all done and did. All our lineups are set. And you know what? I didn't think this episode would go as long as it did. So you know what? I'm going to call it here. And next episode, we'll get a good bit of simulating done. So we made our trade. San Jose drove a hard-ass bargain for Patrick Marleau, but we got him on our team. Gave up Calvert, gave up Eberle, gave up our defenseman Seeloff. But you know what? Our team is looking much better now with 280. We got 387s on our top 6 so far with Marleau, Sedin, Kane, Johansson, Hodgson, Christo, Kuznetsov, Terrell, Atkinson, Dubinsky, Anisimov, and Austin Carroll. And then on defense, Murray, Johnson, DeKaiser, Honka, Erickson, Savard, and goaltending with Bobrovsky and Dan. So our team is looking pretty solid. I think this team should do fairly well. And, yeah, I think we should be good to go. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll remember to turn injuries back off before the next video. We'll do probably staff upgrades, all that good stuff. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe as always, and we'll make sure to get done a lot of simulating next episode.